Today we are headed to Fantasy Springs, Tokyo DisneySea's newest port. We will ride the 3 main attractions, eat at each of the restaurants, and explore all of the amazing details that Fantasy Springs has to offer. Come with us on one of the most magical Disney days we've ever had. It's our first day at Tokyo DisneySea, and we're headed to Fantasy Springs. If you're new here, I'm Ivie, and this is my fiancé AJ. We're happy you've joined us. To set the stage for the day, we purchased the vacation package with the Fantasy Springs passport. At the time of our visit, you could only enter the land with the Fantasy Springs passport, with the purchase of a Disney Premier Access Pass for any of the attractions, or a standby pass for any of the attractions. You can also enter the land if you're a guest of the Fantasy Springs Hotel. Before your visit, make sure to check out the How to Enter Fantasy Springs website on the Tokyo Disney Resort webpage for the most up-to-date information. Now that we have the logistics out of the way, let's go explore the land.
How many fuzzy hats do we need to go home with?
A lot. All the fuzzy hats.
The Lost Boy hats are one of the really popular items here right now. A little bear. I like the fox.
Yeah, I kind of like the fox too. I think the fox is my favorite.
I like the detail on the back where it shows which character it is.
So
it's
like
cute.
This one shows the twins.
So cute. Okay, let's go do this.
Fantasy Springs is home to a magical spring that travels to enchanted stories. The area highlights the worlds of Tangled, Frozen, and Peter Pan, with sprinkles of other classic fantasy stories.
We just entered. We just got our wristbands. It's so pretty. I'm not gonna cry.
The music.
I'm not gonna cry. Wow, look at Rapunzel's tower. Oh my gosh, everything's so magical. I have this really unexplained love for Frozen. So we are about to go step into Arendelle. I'm just crying talking about it.
The Kingdom of Arendelle.
Oh, look at the crest. My mind is blown just through some of this. Look at how cute the town is. The details just for the restrooms.
I'm having a full emotional breakdown in the middle of Arendelle. I'm just trying to get it together because I'm trying to go on the Frozen ride. But like, the music just keeps making me cry.
We entered Anna and Elsa's Frozen Journey, a classic boat ride attraction. While we did have the wristband that got us into the Disney Premier Access line, we went to this ride first so we could walk through the castle in the standby line. It truly was like stepping into their castle with items from Anna and Elsa's childhood and family portraits. Each room was more beautiful than the last, and the detail that went into the queue for the attraction was amazing. If you end up waiting in line here, there is no shortage of details to look at.
Wow. Oh, the detail. The detail.
Every room is so beautiful. Is that their dad? Man, just the queue kicks our Frozen's butt. My brain's not even ready for what's next.
That's what happens when you build new instead of refurbing a whole attraction.
Might be like Disney World.
Nope. Nope.
The story is even different. I mean, like the story of Frozen's the same, but the story that they tell in the ride, the effects.
Wow.
Like when the ice came out, when Anna's cape fell.
Yeah.
And the amount of animatronics, like how many different Elsas were in that ride?
Yeah. The digital mapping, like the visuals that they were able to use projection mapping to do was like just enhanced the storytelling. We have the ability to build attractions like this. Everything in Tokyo is better.
Now the question is, do we check out more rocks? Do we go to the gift shop? Do we ride Frozen again? Or do we go to
No, I
Rapunzel?
think we have to ride Peter Pan and Rapunzel before we ride Frozen again.
Okay,
But I see a Sorcerer Mickey fountain over here that we need to go check
we'll
out.
go around this way to Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Okay, good plan.
Okay.
So out here we have Sorcerer Mickey. And this is the Fantasy Springs Hotel. Look at how pretty it is. Guests staying here have their own entrance into Fantasy Springs.
As you enter the land from the Fantasy Springs Hotel, you are greeted by the Enchanted Spring. The spring had built a beautiful garden, creating shapes from stones, branches, and flowers to resemble the people from the fantasy stories she encountered on her journeys. The original princess stories are featured and even showcased in order by release date. You have to be creative in your viewing to see Snow White, and behind the fog curtain, you can also find the magic mirror. In the center, you'll find Cinderella running down the stairs, of course losing her glass slipper, and along the way you see her friends Jacques, Gus Gus, and Perla. And for the last part of that main rockwork, we have Maleficent and, of course, Sleeping Beauty and Prince Philip. And if you look really closely, you can see Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather in between them. You can find more characters from other enchanted stories all throughout the land.
So we are leaving Arendelle and heading into Neverland. I'm really excited about this too.
As we were entering Neverland, I decided we needed the Lost Boys hats.
We're gonna venture up into Skull Rock. This is like my childhood come to life. Wow, look at the pirate ship from here. And then you can see the mountains and clouds of Neverland. I lost AJ, but I found him with those white ears. He's in line for roast beef popcorn. I've heard very mixed reviews on this. People either love it or they really hate it. It smells awful.
But the stand smelled so good.
No, it didn't. It did not. I walked by it also and went, ugh.
Give it a minute. Give it a second bite. It's weird, right?
It tastes kind of like powdered au jus.
Yeah.
Before you like mix it with water.
Or like the seasoning to beef ramen sprinkled on popcorn. It's a no for her.
Thanks for sharing.
We continue to explore the details of Neverland, from footprints in the ground to a target practice Shmee and TikTok, before heading over to Peter Pan's Neverland adventure. We entered the queue and were immediately transported to where the Lost Boys live, with trees and their belongings, magical clouds that turn into different shapes, and even Tinkerbell flying by. We headed into their home to learn that Captain Hook had captured John, and our adventure was about to begin. This 3D attraction tells the story of Peter Pan in more detail and more immersion than ever.
So we just got off of Peter Pan's Neverland Adventure, and it's a 3D ride. Not as intense as like Flight of Passage, but it's like there are moments that are very similar, like when you are flying through Neverland and flying through the sky. And partway through the ride, I told AJ, I was like, I wanted to cry, and I thought like, it's crazy to cry on this ride, but then the girl next to me was like full on sobbing. I think it was like Peter Pan was one of my favorite movies growing up, and now to be literally flying through the movie that I used to watch. It's so surreal, and like the emotions that it sparks, and you never thought you would feel like you would be there besides the TV screen, but like this really put you there. It was so beautiful. I need to get it together. It was the story of the Lost Boys, Peter Pan, Tink, Wendy, and Michael all flying through Neverland to save John so then they could fly home to London. So, you know, it was the whole scene with Big Ben, like all the things in the movie, the mermaids were in it, like just all the things that you loved. I didn't think that I was going to love this ride that much, but I do. But it is 3D, and I did feel a little not great during it, but I had to like close my eyes and like reset. So we are waiting for our mobile order at Lookout Cookout. And look, the Lost Boys outfits are all here. Lookout Cookout, we got the lemon chicken box, the curry chicken box, and the pixie dust soda. Starting with the pixie dust soda. Oh, that's nice. It's kiwi, but it almost tastes like it's with Kira and lemon or something. It's very refreshing. This would have been great this afternoon when I was dying of heat stroke. We have the infamous apple tea soda. It's like an Arnold Palmer made with apple juice and a little bit of carbonation. These are the Lost Boys like snack boxes or Lost Boys meal boxes. There's a few different things in here. Blue is lemon chicken, green is curry chicken. It also has these little bread and nori bites. It has shrimp chips and a popover. So we're gonna taste the chicken here. Same things are in both boxes. So we have a nice little chicken strip. Very light lemon flavor. Nice little crunchy chicken strip. Oh, look, there's banana chips in here too. We'll try the butter curry chicken. Oh. That's so weird, but really good. It's like I'm eating curry in a chicken strip. I really like both of them.
Our next stop was the Kingdom of Corona to ride Rapunzel's Lantern Festival. The queue is filled with Easter eggs from the story and beautiful details to celebrate the Lantern Festival. This adorable boat ride will take you through the story of Tangled, and while the attraction itself is short, it is quite stunning. I do recommend requesting the front row of this ride. You won't be disappointed.
We got off of, I almost said Frozen. We got off of Rapunzel's Lantern Festival. It's a beautiful ride. Out of the three, doing that one last was a bit underwhelming. I do think it's the easiest standby pass to get. So if that gets you into the land, take it for sure. But when we got off, we kind of giggled to ourselves and said, it's like the Navi River journey of Fantasy Springs. Short little boat ride, not a lot of story, not a lot of scenes.
But very pretty.
But very pretty.
Next to Rapunzel's Lantern Festival, you can find the Snuggly Duckling. This was AJ's Tangled dream come true. I should note that all of the restaurants in Fantasy Springs required us to show a mobile order before we could enter. I'm not sure how long that will be in effect, but be prepared and mobile order early if you want to eat at a certain location at a specific time. The Snuggly Duckling is a quick service location and is decorated with all of our ruffian favorites, from Fang and his hand puppets for his puppet shows. There's quite the setup for Hook Hand, who wants to be a concert pianist and even showcases his piano. And one of my favorites is Vladimir and his collection of unicorns. Of course, there's a spot to showcase Rapunzel's art and even a poster of Rapunzel and Eugene's wedding. The detail inside of the restaurant is stunning, and in my opinion, each restaurant is a must-see.
We have the bacon cheeseburger. We got an order of fries. I got the frying pan dessert. And then with our beverage tickets, we got a Fanta Golden Cider and a Rapunzel's milk tea.
I love milk tea.
So here is our bacon cheeseburger. Wow, look at that big piece of like Canadian bacon.
There's jellies at the bottom of it. It's not like waxy, it's like fruity.
How cute is this dessert in the frying pan? I have no idea what this is. I just thought it was cute, so I ordered it. We're gonna cut into it. I don't even know if this is how you eat it. I was expecting custard or pastry cream. It almost tastes like passion fruity, but it's a little grainy. It's not as silky as I was expecting. It's cute. I'm glad I got it, but I don't know that I would get it again.
We have finished lunch. Snuggly Duckling, very nice. The theming in there, the inside of this restaurant is amazing. It's my favorite restaurant, theming wise, that we've been to so far. It was really enjoyable. The food was good. We're gonna go take some of the transportation over. We're gonna ride Tower of Terror. We're gonna do a little bit of shopping, you know, kind of see the sights of Tokyo DisneySea, because we can come back to Fantasy Springs in the afternoon into evening. We want to see it lit up at night, some of the fountains, and take some photos there, and then do dinner, and then we have the show tonight. Still lots to come.
We are headed back into Fantasy Springs. I'm really glad that we have this passport so we can go in and out whenever we want. We're gonna stop at Oaken's OK Foods for a yoo-hoo bread, which is labeled as bread with cardamom and meat. So we got our meat bread. See, I feel like I need to break it in half. It's just warm meat and warm bread. So it's spiced nicely. It's kind of weird. It's kind of good. A good snack. With our beverage ticket, I got a Kirin lemon. It's like a sparkling lemon water, but it tastes very lemon forward. Not like LaCroix that's like lemon. It's like lemon. It's so tasty.
A few days later, we actually came back to Fantasy Springs and we were able to check out the Royal Banquet of Arendelle for lunch. The restaurant is absolutely stunning from the moment you walk in. You're greeted by the 8,000 salad plates and trays of dessert. It's also where the water station is that's so adorably themed. There are multiple rooms with different artwork. I especially loved the nods to Frozen 2. Of course, I loved Bruni and even Samantha. We headed into the banquet hall to grab a seat and check out our food. The restaurant serves sets, and although a quick service, it is the most expensive restaurant in Fantasy Springs. I ordered the Arendelle Royal set with beef, which came with a potato gratin, smoked salmon salad, a beef pot pie, and an Olaf chocolate mousse. The set also came with a drink and a roll. The pie crust was flaky and the beef was rich. There were rotini noodles and vegetables in it as well, but my favorite part of the set was the potato gratin. The day we went was cold and a little rainy, so the super warm, rich food really hit the spot. I absolutely loved the theming in this restaurant, and I'm so glad we were able to visit. However, if I was dining in Fantasy Springs for only one meal, I would pick either the Snuggly Duckling or Lookout Cookout over the Royal Banquet Hall of Arendelle because of the food offerings and the price point.
That's a Cheshire cat. In the water. Look through my screen.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So this is the Fantasy Springs Hotel. It is in the back of Fantasy Springs by the gift shop and by all of the rockwork and fountains. Man, what a nice place to stay, and you can walk directly into the park from there. We're out here taking tons of pictures and videos. Look at how amazing all of this is. We have the caterpillar and Alice over here. It's so cool.
This land really comes to life at night. There are so many more details that we didn't catch in the daylight that we could see so much better with the beautiful lighting. For me, Fantasy Springs is a must-do, but you really need to experience in the daylight and at night. We continued exploring the areas of the land, including the Jolly Roger. Neverland lit up at night is truly my childhood coming to life. It's amazing to stop and take in all of the details and think, someone thought of this, designed it, and created it. Everything from the music, the lighting packages, every detail not only had so much thought behind it, but everything really mattered. If you're a Disney fan who loves Imagineering, you will love all of the elements of this land. Or if you're a Disney fan or have littles who are just here to see their favorite princesses, you will surely love it. Our Fantasy Springs day is coming to an end, and I wanted to leave you with a few final thoughts from our first impressions. We loved having the Fantasy Springs passport because it gave us the access to the land. With the changes to the vacation package, I personally would not pay the premium without a guarantee entry onto the attractions. The food in the land is great. It is worth dining and checking out all of the restaurants. The attractions are wonderful, with the surprise hit of Peter Pan. I would pay for a Disney Premier Access Pass for Frozen or Peter Pan. I'm not sure I would spend the money on Rapunzel unless it was my first visit. Take the time to walk around and look at all of the details. If you are familiar with Walt Disney World, the rockwork is like the tree of life. Every time we looked at it or changed our angles, we saw another detail. We missed the Alice rockwork during the day. Some of it is washed out from the bright sun, and it's really hard to see, so at nighttime, the carvings really pop. We hope you enjoyed our overview of Fantasy Springs. Thank you for coming along on this emotional day with me. It truly was one of those Disney memories that I will never forget. Our trip in Tokyo Disney isn't over yet. We're coming back to DisneySea to continue exploring this amazing park. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out on the future Disney adventures. We'll see you all in the next one.